Here we go. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening and welcome to the Baccalaureate Awards for 48 very special young people, the class of 2025. Yes. My name is Erin Wynn and I am the very proud head of school here at Eagle Hill. Well, at tomorrow's graduation ceremony, we will officially recognize and honor each member of the senior class for his or her total body of work while at Eagle Hill School. Tonight, we gather as a community of friends, family, and faculty to pay tribute to the members of the senior class for their individual efforts over the course of their time at Eagle Hill. Seniors, tonight we gather to honor your journey, and I want you to know how deeply proud we are of each and every one of you. You are an extraordinary group of individuals, bright, compassionate, courageous, and challenging at times. You have faced any obstacles head-on with grit and determination. You have grown through adversity, and you have emerged as the fine young people we see before us today. As you stand on the verge of a new chapter, I want you to take a moment to acknowledge the unwavering support and guidance provided by your parents, teachers, and mentors. Their belief in your potential, their encouragement, their sacrifices have played a critical role in your success. Graduates, please join me in giving them a round of applause to express our gratitude. Tonight is a time for reflection and celebration, a time to look back with pride on your accomplishments and the memories you have created during your time here at Eagle Hill. It's also a time to look forward with excitement and anticipation as you embark on your next journey. As you move on to college, a gap year, exciting travel around the world, or a chosen career path, remember that you are equipped with the knowledge, skills, and character to make a positive impact in this world. Embrace new challenges, seize every opportunity, and continue to strive for excellence in everything that you do. Remember to always live by our core values of honesty, respect, kindness, and purpose. They will never steer you wrong. You are courageous young men and women who have persevered and triumphed, and tonight we honor you and throughout this weekend. We have an exciting night planned for all of you, so please sit back. We'll be in here for a little while. Enjoy every moment of it. At this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Riendeau to the stage to begin our academic awards.
As Ms. Wynn said, I will present the academic awards with the help of students' advisors. We'll do that each advisory one at a time and begin the way that we do just about everything here, and that is individually recognizing each student's accomplishments one at a time. You'll see that students will receive a folder. In that folder are parting comments from many members of the faculty. And so one of those comments will be read aloud to share tonight. Please rest that folder from your seniors' hands so that you can read the others that are there. They are heartfelt comments. We are thrilled and sometimes angst-ridden in writing them, so do try to take a look at them. And that goes for you too, seniors. There are a few awards that will be given in the opening section of the program for individual students. The two types that you'll see there are stoles for students who are part of the core, the group of 8 students chosen by their peers, other students in the class, and former core members, and the faculty to represent the core values. So 8 students will receive those white stoles representing their membership in the core. That group really exemplifies our core values and helps to pass them along to the next group of students. And second to that, you'll see a couple of students who receive the International Baccalaureate Medal, showing that they completed the full International Baccalaureate Diploma program. Among the 48 students on the stage, I think 32 of them took some IB course along the way, or several, but 2 of them did the full program, and that's what that medal represents. So 6 courses over 2 years, with the addition of a service component and a theory of knowledge component and an extended essay, an enormous amount of work, a huge commitment, and that's what those medals represent. You'll see 2 students receive those medals tonight. So we will begin with Mr. Blais and his advisory, and Owen Anderson.
Owen, you bring a sharp mind, quick wit, and thoughtful perspective to everything you do. It's been a privilege to watch you grow more confident, reflective, and sure of your path. As you head to Bryant, I know you'll continue to lead with insight and authenticity. Keep trusting yourself. You have all the tools to make this next chapter your own. Mrs. Mahan. Griffin Conley. Griffin, first of all, congratulations on your graduation. I'm glad you have graduated from high school and heading off to university. Please always remember that you have been what you've been through, as that has shaped you for who you are and made you truly special. There will be many challenges and opportunities ahead. With those moments to come, consider whether the consequences are worth it or not. Then act on your decisions. Time is what matters, so stay focused on your goals. Embrace life's thrills, but always hold firm to the boundaries that keep you grounded. Mr. Guo.
Mrs. Cranford and Brielle Koros.
Brielle, I remember the first time we met when I was your ACT proctor. I was so impressed with your work ethic and diligence while taking the test. After the test, you noticed me organizing thank you cards for the upcoming SEL. You jumped right in and ended up organizing the entire activity. I remember thinking, wow, this woman is organized. You really fooled her. I also thought, wow, this woman is kind. She is persistent. She is driven. It was a great first impression, and the classes we had together did not disappoint. Use those strengths, Brielle, to your advantage next year, and there will be no stopping you. Best of luck. I cannot wait to see what you accomplish. Miss Whitaker.
Mr. Geary and Julian Kaufelt.
Julian, you've always struck me as the kind of student who realizes that the world is big, we are small, and life is precious. Whether you wanted your friends to know it or not, it is clear, I'll get it. Whether you wanted your friends to know it or not, it is clear that you are a person who values connection and feels things deeply. Your loyalty to friends, family, and purpose is clear, and it will take you far in life. I hope that you remember to find balance in college and never stop trying to improve yourself with a kind and gentle effort that builds you and those around you up to you and their best. Congratulations on your achievements, and we look forward to hearing all about your future endeavors. This is for my better half, Mrs. Geary.
Miss Gentleman and Emma Bullock.
Emma, thank you for giving me the opportunity to be a part of your final year at Eagle Hill. It's been such a gift to watch how far you've come since you were in Prescott. Over the years, you've allowed Eagle Hill to witness not just your personal growth, but also the strength, grace, and quiet determination that defines you. You've shown time and again that leadership isn't about being the loudest voice in the room. It's about showing up, caring deeply, and doing the hard work with integrity and compassion. Whether through your dedication to your community, your thoughtful presence, or your natural ability to uplift those around you, you've made a lasting impact on those lucky enough to know you. Miss Kat Alwis. And Emma receives a core stole this evening. Kai Gottsagen. Kai, congratulations. Maybe there were times when you felt like it would be too difficult to make it to this point in your academic career, but I always knew you would get there. You're here now. You're an extremely bright, insightful, and kind person. Your contributions to discussions in our fantasy literature class always boistered it, and I am grateful that I had the opportunity to get to know you there. It's been such a joy to watch you make such strides here at EHS. You've made good friends who love you dearly, and your quiet contributions to this community have not gone unnoticed. Looking back now, you might be thinking that your time here went almost as fast as a certain blue hedgehog runs. But I hope you can find a moment to slow down and reflect on all that you have achieved. I am very proud of you, and I wish you the best in your next chapter. Mr. McCann. And Ali Racine. Allie, you are made up of sunshine. This translates directly to your art, which is welcoming and gentle. You have been a calming presence in the art room. Outside of classes, you bring the energy. So many memories were made at the girls' leadership retreats. Most prominently, your performance to Vroom Vroom. Thank you for being a role model that underclassmen look up to. You model kindness and acceptance, an essential quality in today's world. You are one of a kind, Ali, and I can't wait to see you spread your light to new communities when you graduate from Eagle Hill. Miss Riendeau.
Mrs. Groner and Matthew Buva.
Buva, buva, buva. What even to say here that won't be said by others? An impossible task, I am sure. You've got a good head on your shoulders, intelligent, committed, disciplined, driven, and dare I say, only a little opinionated.
Not too much, not too
No,
much.
just a little. Your future is bright. I have no doubt you will find success. You are too driven to let life just happen to you. But your biggest challenge will be quite the opposite of my usual advice. Your challenge will be to slow down, rest, enjoy the time you're in, smell the roses and all that. You cannot rush what is coming to you. So learning to breathe and find joy in the present, to savor stillness and slow mornings, will make all the difference for you. I am sure you'll find the balance, and if ever you need a reminder, just know I will always be happy to tell you. I am so excited to see who you become. Keep in touch, please. We are all rooting for you. Mr. Turner. Booker Erskine. Booker, it was deeply meaningful to be your teacher on your first and last days at Eagle Hill. between your film club leadership, long discussions in class that merrily wandered off topic, and seeing your growth as a wrestler and lacrosse player, you're virtually unrecognizable from the long-haired kid I first met via video in January 2021. That kid who ranted about manna has become a young adult ranting instead about astronomy and physics. Speaking of physics, you showed your character within weeks of arriving on campus. It was nighttime, and Mr. Parson and I were walking by the Wicks when we heard you cry, "Look out!" As we turned, we saw you barreling downhill on gravity board. In a split second, you had your own mini trolley problem. Do I smash into my teachers or into a light pole? You chose the light pole, and that has made all the difference. That self-sacrifice revealed your character to me, and the intervening years only confirmed it. We both happen to be only children, so I've never had a little brother, and you've never had a big one, but that's the model I have of our mentor friendship. I sincerely hope we stay in touch. Best wishes, Mr. Hopper. Kira Jamison. Kira, 2 years was not nearly enough time to get to know you and enjoy spending time making memories and learning. Conversations about the way you see the world, the art you love to create, and the games you play has always brought joy to my days. I will miss our secret handshake every day on the center stairs, but I am so glad I have some Kira originals left on the music room whiteboard. Congratulations, you are off to great places. Ms. Gentleman.
Mrs. Hubacz and Denny Friedman.
Thank you. Thank you. Just take your time. Oh, God.
Danielle Friedman, Danny. 18 terms, Danny. That's how long we've been together. It sounds like much more time than it feels, but in that time you have been both consistent and wildly different. What I mean by this is that you have stayed so true to yourself, but you have also grown so very much. Let's get into what I mean by that. Do you remember what you were most frustrated by in the first few months of your junior year? I'd make you do an assignment and you'd complete it, and then you'd ask, but is it good? I'd refuse to answer that question even though you kept asking. We talked so many times about needing to be externally validated and why that's less helpful than critical feedback. You kept wanting my approval. You always had my approval, Danny, but my approval wouldn't make you a stronger writer or a more critical thinker. Feedback would. The woman you are now is so far beyond seeking her teacher's approval. She's reflective enough to understand her strengths and her needs. She's assertive enough to speak her mind and share her ideas with her peers. And she's confident enough to stand her ground in an environment where she once believed she didn't belong. Danny, you made it through 2 years of IB language and literature. You belonged in my classroom. The difference between who you were your junior year and who you are now is phenomenal. And you were the one who made that change happen. I'd also like to point out your consistencies because despite all of this change, you're still Danny. You're strong, passionate about your beliefs, opinionated, and mindful. You know when to be no nonsense, but you also have a sense of humor. You're a proud New Yorker. You'll get to extend that pride as Syracuse student in the fall. Mazel tov, Danny. I'm so proud of you, but more importantly, I know that you are and should be proud of yourself. Miss Gray.
How do I know? How do I know what's in this?
Izzy Thompson. Izzy, oh my Izzy. This journey we began together came at one of the most difficult moments in your life. I knew what you felt even without knowing you that well. We took a walk, we sat on a rock, looking up at the sky. We cried, we understood what needed to happen next without saying a word. You got up with determination and decided that you were going to crush your goals and succeed. You knew what you wanted each and every day, I bet you were like that from day one. I cannot believe we are already here in your EHS journey. You are capable, you are smart, you will continue to do great. Stop it. You will need to show up, you'll need to do the work, and I won't be there to nudge you as much, but you have the tools you need and you're ready. Now go do it. The world is yours. Take it all in. Enjoy every moment that life gives you. I wish we had more time, but I'm grateful for the time we had. From me.
Mr. Kanozek and Harrison Barker.
Harrison, I don't use the phrase, my work son, lightly, but that's exactly how I view you. That, and I feel like you are family to me at this point. We've been together for so long. We immediately hit it off the first day we met, and now, here we are, about to close this final chapter in your Eagle Hill anthology I'll call the Book of Barker. There were a lot of sections in this book, some great, some not so great, some legendary. The term anthology, derived from Greek words meaning flower and to gather, initially referred to collections of flowers. Now, I know you're not a flower gathering kind of guy, so I will run with a simile on the word itself instead. Like fresh clapped chalk dust floating off your hands on the fluorescent fitness center lights, every story about you at the Hill resonates with the charm of a student whose kindness, dignity, sense of humor, and determination will linger long after the last bell rings and this chapter is closed. I can't wait to read the next section titled College of Charleston, Here I Come, Me.
Among other things, I think by legendary, Mr. Kanozek might mean slip and slide. You can ask Harrison about that later. Dr. Kim and Caitlin Gregory, please.
Yeah, it's more time. Let's see the cabs, or is it? Yes.
Caitlin, I find myself at a loss for words to express how fortunate I've been to have you as a Spanish student over these past 3 years. During this time, I've seen you grow in knowledge, responsibility, and maturity. And without a doubt, I can say that you are one of the best Spanish students I've ever had. You have a true talent for Spanish and have built a solid foundation on which you can continue to grow. I encourage you to keep studying Spanish and learning about its rich culture. Now you are stepping into a new stage in your life, one filled with new friends, new experiences, and, most importantly, new knowledge. Never lose your passion and curiosity for learning. Always give your best. And I hope to see you one day surrounded by achievements and full of exciting new projects. Wishing you all the very best, Mr. Hidalgo. Ethan Highfield. Ethan, you told me during our first year together in reading tutorial that you wanted to be smart. You were already smart. You just needed to find the motivation to excel, and you did that through IB courses and serving on student council. I could not be prouder of you. and all you have accomplished at Eagle Hill. You have been transformed from a young, naive kid to an adult who is ready to go to college and succeed. You'll do well at Butler. Please keep in contact with me. Me.
Wait.
Allegra Littman.
Get closer.
All right. Allegra, I knew within a week that you were poised to take over this school and that the rest of us were going to be following your lead. You are strong, or you're strong-willed, and when you put your mind to something, it always gets done. You have grown so much since that first year moving into the dorm. You got to experience managing new friend groups, taking on responsibility, an interesting roommate, and a school that was ready to help you take the steps you needed in order to be the leader you are today. I am proud of the way you have continuously followed your own moral compass and how much you have managed to accomplish in 4 years. Don't forget, amongst all the chaos of being Allegra Littman, to take time for yourself and enjoy all the wonderful things you are no doubt going to be accomplishing. Ms. Megan Alwis. Yes, I want to. All right. Evan Turcott. Evan. Okay. So proper notation ain't your thing. I get it. You know what your thing is, though? Problem solving. You love thinking outside the box to try and figure out solutions to problems, and you're darn good at it, too. Thanks for the last 2 years in IB math. And I appreciated all of the small gifts you've given me, like my see-through wall plates, my articulating octopus, and of course, your help with the tiny flamingos scattered around my classroom. I wish you luck in all that you do, Blais. And Evan receives a core stole.
How does it go? You just go right. Good. You have this. Good.
Next, Mr. Koczur, and standing in for Mr. Koczur will be Dr. Riendeau. Doug is unfortunately genuinely ill, not critically, just miserable and not able to speak at the moment. Cortland Jones. Court, in loco parentis is a term you likely did not know before coming to Eagle Hill. I'm actually not sure that's true, but maybe it is. It means in place of a parent, and as your teacher and coach, it gives me certain responsibilities. A more cynical person would say that loco parentis requires me to perform certain duties, but I am being intentional when I say that I have been given certain responsibilities when it comes to you. There have been many responsibilities. I have driven you to and from regattas, helped you on and off the water, coached you through illness and injury, written 24 of your term reports, read your poetry, graded your essays, assigned hundreds of your assignments, hounded you when you procrastinated, and encouraged you when you wanted to stop. I'm sure you've clocked more than 1,000 hours in my company. In those hours, did you sometimes put the loco in loco parentis? Yes. Please don't buy any more cars on the internet. But you also trusted me with you. This is why I say that I was given the responsibility of working with you. It has been a gift. You are a deeply independent person, Court. You are also selective. You are mindful of the knots of your ascots to the soles of your loafers. So you didn't have to wake up at 4 in the morning to row in New Hampshire or sit through a dozen hours of testing for IB language and literature. You were intentional about how and where you spent your time as a sophomore, junior, and senior. I am grateful that you chose to spend all this time with me. Cortland, you will continue to make choices out in the world, and I will no longer be there to witness them. Like a parent, I have to trust that those choices will serve you in the way you hope that they will. Congratulations, Cortland. It is my strongest wish that these choices will carry you into the life you continue to curate. Ms. Gray. Eli Kern. Good?
Hey.
All right.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy, yeah. Eli, it is sometimes hard for me not to see you as a young student flying around campus on a medical knee scooter while healing from an injury, and I mean flying. It was truly a sight to behold. Along with these memories, I have the trips to the Quabbin basketball games and this year's opportunity to work with you as a student in class. What I have learned about you, I think, through these interactions is that you are an incredibly interesting human who takes in the world around you, observes what it has to offer, and then figures out a way to push existing boundaries to see what else is out there. This is an exceptionally important skill to have, and I cannot wait to see where it takes you in the future. Stay the kind, generous, curious, funny, talented, and a little skeptical person that you are, and I think you will find your path, or if I'm right about you, create a new one. Congratulations, and keep us updated on all your adventures. We will miss you around here. Mrs. Geary. Noah Slotnick. Noah, I am so glad that I had the chance to work with you in class again this year. You are such a polite and respectful young man. I will never forget any assignment or reflection piece that you write about your relationship with your family, and especially your parents. I think that is such a special thing, and I would often read your reflections and say to myself, I hope that my own son is like Noah when he grows up.
That's it.
A little mischief, a little silly, very sensitive, smart, funny, and kind. Go hug your mom and dad and thank them. Not right this second, but I do not have to tell you that because you would do it anyway. Best of luck to you as you leave the Hill and journey to the next chapter of your life. Make smart choices, have fun, go to all your college classes, even the 8 a.m. ones, and always remember who you are. Keep in touch, be good, be you, Mrs. Hubacz. Dr. Leahy and Reese Cohen, please.
Better this time. Sorry.
Reese, in the fall of this year, I was speaking to another teacher at lunch about several of my advisees who had suddenly become ill at around the same time. Stomach bugs do travel quickly in boarding schools. I joked that I'd better make sure Reese is okay. The teacher replied, "Oh, I forgot Reese was yours." I laughed because if a teacher never has a problem with a student, if the student is always doing what they should be doing, then the teacher is never talking to the advisor. The teacher ends up forgetting who the student even has as an advisor. Well, Reese, you didn't really need a lot of supervision. You're nothing but an exemplary student every year you attended Eagle Hill. From winning tournaments and championships on the field fall through spring, to mastering all of your international baccalaureate classes. For 3 years, you have made our school a better place. You are a role model inside and outside of the classroom. Oftentimes, I feel like I didn't see enough noteworthy comments posted for you. I think even your teachers just began taking your excellence for granted. Shakespeare once said, "The evil that men do live after them. The good is oft interred with their bones." I think you were a small victim of that. All the good that you do, and people just became accustomed to it. It became commonplace. Well, today I wish to remind you and everyone what we're losing here today. A fabulous student, and even more than that, a fabulous young man. Tulane University is very lucky to have you, and we will miss you here greatly at Eagle Hill. Please remember us, please visit us, And please continue to reach out to me if you feel you need a little help or guidance. I do not disappear with your graduation, and I will always love to hear from you. Best wishes, Dr. Leahy. Reese also receives a stole for being a member of our corps, and one of our 2 students to complete the entire International Baccalaureate program.
Ms. Linnehan and Daniela Martin Moreno.
I'm short. Daniela, in the past 2 years, I have come to know you as a very kind, positive, and resilient young woman. It is very obvious to me from day one that you were not only dedicated to coming in and learning more about your trade, but you were determined to practice with me. Every week, 6 a.m. sharp, brainstorming new ideas and making beautiful pastries together has been the highlight of my Fridays, and I will truly miss our time together. I have watched your talent bloom into something very inspiring. Harness it and keep going. You have so much talent and promise within you. Continue to let all of those beautiful things shine through and guide you. And if you ever start to question that, remember, my darling Daniela, do we walk into the woods and ask a tree why it's crooked? No, we don't. You are perfectly amazing just as you are. Take care, Daniela. I am so very proud of you. Ms. Tabitha Johnson, pastry chef for Eagle Hill School. And Daniela is a member of our corps. Addie Silva. Addie, it certainly will be an adjustment for me next year without you around. I've enjoyed every second coaching you both in volleyball and basketball. I felt that I've known you for more than just 2 years. We just clicked right off the bat with a lot of similarities in our personalities. We both like to joke, but know when to give 110% when it's time to play and go to work. We are both strikingly stubborn, too stubborn at times, causing us to need a break from one another and then eventually laugh when we apologize to one another for giving each other grief. And of course, we both like to whine and complain when we both feel like our team can exceed its own expectations. Addie, we won many games together, and I've already won more because of my strong association and bond with you and your family. I'll miss coaching you and will also miss seeing Darren and Carol in the stands next year. I know you are going to make a great coach one day. Just don't be as stubborn as me. Mr. Leva.
Dr. Miller and B. de Montfort Walker.
Yeah, I should read it. Take your tooth out.
B, I've been at Eagle Hill for 4 years. In those 4 years, I've met a lot of people, and as we both know, I am as old as dust. So that means I've likely met many people in my long and ancient life. So when I tell you that I've never met someone as full of life as you, I hope you trust that I mean what I say. You are full of life, B, and you have such a life to live. I'm beyond proud to have been your teacher for 2 straight years and your coach for 6 consecutive seasons. Now, that's not for lack of trying on your part. Too many times you've told me, Dr. Miller, your teammates, your friends, and your parents that you were quitting IB, quitting rowing, leaving Eagle Hill, and returning to Texas. Sometimes I even thought you weren't bluffing. Now, you're about to graduate. Maybe you can look back on everything you stuck with and say it wasn't as bad as you thought. You got through high school, B. You did so as a 2-season athlete, a boatman, a business person, a sister, a daughter, and a friend. You did it with a sense of humor and a few tears. You did it in an entirely new part of the world. Most importantly, you came to a new place and you trusted people here to help you become who you are today. I hope that our help here will serve you beyond our campus. And I actually hope a lot of things for you. To borrow Dolly's lyrics, I hope life will treat you kind, and I hope that you have all you ever dreamed of. Oh, do I wish you joy and I wish you happiness, but above all this, I wish you love. B, I am beyond proud of who you have become at Eagle Hill. It's now time for you to leave us, but I hope that after we say goodbye, that you look back now and then and remember to let us know how you're doing and what you're continuing to get out of life. Congratulations, B. You're going to crush it in DC. Ms. Gray. B also is a member of our corps. Kelly Jones. Kel, wow, here we are. You did it, and we didn't even have to immunize you for senioritis. Before I move on to the annoying number of accolades to bestow upon you, I first want to say this. My hope is that you continue to grow and accept new things on your journey to Alfred University. Change is scary but necessary, and one thing that will never change is the connections you have built at Eagle Hill. Okay, now on to the fun stuff. Remember when you raced another student to become the art room manager? Or when you took the golden hour pictures on the art room couch on the lawn? My personal favorite is the scary gleam you always get in your eye when you became the game master general at Girls Leadership Overnights. I adore the way you effortlessly appreciate the little details of life, like seeing a perfect shade of green or enjoying the most boring sandwich combination from the dining hall. I feel seen when I share a new art project with you. That is how I know you will be a great art teacher someday. You are a friend to many, and many would say their time at EHS was better when they spent it with you. Kelly, you are a genuine human being, which is no small feat. Hold tight to your joy of learning new art techniques and never let your curiosity dull. Okay, Cheesecake? I will miss you whenever I draw outside in the sun, hear a song from Glee, or see someone getting a little too competitive during a game of spoons. I realize that even while writing this, I'm thinking, wow, I want to ask Kelly what she thinks of this and get her feedback and see if she gets the references and make sure it's not too sappy. I guess I'll just have to ask you later. It's not goodbye, Kelly. Rich and I will have to visit Alfred to see the studio spaces, and Rich will definitely want to check out the dining hall. Wishing you all the best, Ms. Riendeau.
Mr. Moreland and Amy Almonte.
Amy, it seems like just yesterday you were a silent, shy student sitting in the back corner of my classroom. Now you've bloomed into a confident, sassy, intelligent young woman who speaks her mind, makes others laugh, and fills the room with joy. Continue to push yourself to take on challenges, build your academic prowess, and talk about how bright your future can be. You make me smile, you make me laugh, and watching you leave will make me cry. But now you are ready, and you'll be back to visit and tell us about your amazing adventures. I'll miss you, but I'm so proud of you, Mrs. Geary. Amy received the Koczur skull. James Behenna. James, I'm not sure what happened this year, but I watched an anxious teenager grow concerned with making sure every answer he gave was the right answer, turn into a far more confident man concerned with growth and discussions over perception. This was monumental and an absolute joy to witness. I'm sure you will continue in this growth as you move on to the next chapter of your journey. I'm confident the foundations you build here will carry you well. Hope you take some time to reflect on all the ways you've changed, the lessons you learned, the person you became while you were here. Let the knowledge of your victory stand as testimony to the value of hard work and discipline. I have no doubt you will succeed. Just make sure you let us celebrate it with you. Good luck, Mr. Turner. Justin Dowdell. Justin, I'm so honored for the rare opportunity to learn about you, watch you grow, and watch you face challenges over the past 4 years. The privilege is to know Justin Dowdell and know what he is capable of, even when he doesn't think he is one for which I will be forever grateful. Don't be afraid to share your potential with your new community at Syracuse. They'll be lucky to know you. You have shown perseverance and courage throughout your time in the music room. Now it's your turn to share these skills with the rest of the world. In your review of To Pimp a Butterfly that you wrote your sophomore year, you explained how you listened to this album like watching a movie. Justin, I will miss talking to you and learning about your incredible and unique understanding of music and life. Thank you for being you and letting us know such a special person. Ms. Gentleman.
Mrs. Nastasi and Owen Luke.
Too tall.
Owen, this is a hard one for me to write, not because I don't have anything nice to say, or because I don't want to wish you luck as you graduate, because it's hard to say goodbye. You were one of my first students in my first class here, which is already unforgettable, but from there, you made a lasting impression because of who you are as a student and a person. You've grown so much during your time here, and I hope you look back on it with pride. From a reluctant reader and writer to an analytical thinker and creative storyteller, it's been a wild ride, and I am so privileged to have been able to be part of it. You've got a good head on your shoulders, and I know you will find success so long as you keep striving and working hard. Use the foundation you built here and keep building. I'm proud of you and wish you nothing but the best in the next chapter. Stay in touch and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Mr. Turner.
Mr. Przypek and Alex McGee.
Ready for this, Alex? I am. Right.
Alex, from the moment you committed to Syracuse, early decision, it was clear you knew exactly where you belonged, and I couldn't imagine a better fit. You bring drive, warmth, and a thoughtful perspective to everything you do. Just remember, strength includes knowing when to lean on others. Keep leading with your whole self, your ambition, your sensitivity, your heart. Wishing you the very best as you take on this exciting next step, Mrs. Mahan. Jack Moreland.
Good. Hi, Jack.
Long time no see. Jack, not that I don't already feel old enough as I'm on the doorstep to 50, but here I am.
This is Mr. Kanozek, by the way.
But here I am, writing a farewell of sorts to a kid I've known since he was an itty-bitty baby on the campus of Eagle Hill. How you have grown. You are now a confident, athletic, intelligent young man on the verge of taking on the world. You've come a long way, and you're going to do great things in life and keep making your family proud of you, Mr. Kanozek. Leo Schumann.
I changed my mind.
Leo, sometimes it is just the right thing to do to be on someone's side, to be in their corner. You, Leo, taught me that lesson in two ways. You often chose to stick up for someone who needed help. That's the kind of person you are. You stick up for what you think is right. You like to help people. And on your occasionally rocky road to this stage, sometimes you needed someone on your side too. Luckily, you had a wonderful, supportive family, and I'm glad that I could also be on your side. All the best, Leo. Mr. Przypek.
Mrs. Riendeau and Charlie Ringwald.
Yes.
Charlie, you may have only been here for 1 year, but what an impression you have made. In our writing about pop culture class, you consistently took a thoughtful approach to every weird pop culture trend and topic I threw at you, looking for the deeper meaning or the societal impact. That's just who you are, though, inquisitive, diligent, and constantly trying to figure out how things work. That brain of yours is always ticking away, and I'm really happy that we got to work together in your time at EHS. Ms. Bonica. Daniel Wasserman. Dan, what a treat to get to read war novels with a peaceful warrior like you. I appreciated your drive to be a voice for the voiceless. Our dinners together this spring were the highlight of my duty night. When it comes to others who might try to put you down, just remember what Marcus Aurelius wrote. The best revenge is not to be that way. Drop me a line sometime and tell me how you are being, not doing, but being. You are a good person, and I believe in you. Best wishes, Mr. Hopper. Congratulations. There you go. Asher Weber Shute. Come on up. Ooh, look at some fans out there. This is a long one. Asher, you have rode with me for 4 straight seasons. From that day you joined our team, you have been patient, kind, and strong. You have always stepped up when we asked you to do hard work, no matter the situation. Because of this strength and work ethic, you can now row, port, and starboard, rain or shine, with novice or varsity, and with 1 oar or 2. You know how to handle yourself as a teammate and as an athlete. What I admire most about you as a rower is that you have a mature understanding of the mental aspects of the sport. Yet, yes, it pushes your body, but it pushes your mind more. You are cool under pressure, you handle frustration with grace, and you work to get what you want, even when it's not yet within reach. 3 seats in the Phoenix will have very big shoes to fill. 3 seat. Asher, mazel tov on your diploma, and thank you for sharing the water with me, and very best wishes for your next steps in life. Coach Gray. Congratulations.
Dr. Raymond and Oliver Myers-Elkin.
Ollie, man, what an awesome class we had in sports journalism last year. I so loved each and every class, whether it was real talk, trash talk, or simply, how's your day so far? I was so impressed by the effort you put into not only that class, but another writing class right before it. I truly wish you all the best in the next chapter in your life and hope your nuts eventually get a chip. Mr. Kanozek.
Dr. Stone and Liam Hennessy.
Don't look at me.
It's not going to matter.
Congratulations, Hennessy, you made it. I know you didn't always want to be here, but you figured out how to make the most of it. What I appreciate most about you is that you stayed true to yourself. Sure, you gave into the dress code, kind of. You showed up to class when you were supposed to, most times. You bought into the core values, sort of. And you put in the work needed to graduate, absolutely. I'll miss seeing you on campus in those groovy thrift store clothes, but I could not be happier for you and your accomplishments. You're a good person, Liam, and I'm grateful to have taught you. Miss Whitaker. Brianna Wood.
We're on sec.
Maybe you should give it to him.
Yep. Brianna. You are a picture of resilience, period. And I hope you now recognize and always will be able to rely on that capacity. I've watched you shed a lot of tears, and I know I was often mock cavalier in my commentary to you in those moments, intoning, don't let those tears go to waste, save them for me. Truthfully, I sometimes found those moments goofy or unnecessary or frustrating, and sometimes too often, I found them truly heartbreaking for you and for us. What I will remember and always identify with you, though, is not the tears streaming down your face, but the steely determination behind them, and the occasional stifled, snotty guffaw as we tried to pry you out of that moment of self-pity. That determination is uncommon and important, and you've always had it, and more you have come to understand that. I have tremendous respect for you and for your accomplishments. Dr. Riendeau. Bree also gets a core stole.
Ms. Thompson and Lexi Milton-Pott.
I don't know. Just say, I'll just say it.
I know. Can you just sit down?
No.
Yeah,
But Aussie.
I didn't want to mess that up. It's hard to believe that just 4 short years ago, you were moving into your first dorm room at Eagle Hill campus. You and your roommate that first year were a force to be reckoned with. I learned very quickly that Lexi is loud because it's just because she's from New York, despite what other New Yorkers say. Lexi hates jackets, even if it's freezing. The winter cold is nowhere near as stubborn as Lexi. Lexi is loyal. Her friends are her strengths. She will use that volume to advocate for each and every one of them. Lexi is determined. When Lexi decides she is going to do something, it will get done. Whether that's playing basketball, decorating a cake, or packing a suitcase with absolutely zero help from me or her mother, Lexi will do it. It has truly been a pleasure to watch you grow and learn and adapt, Lexi. When you put your magic into something, it happens. Don't forget to believe in yourself. Don't forget to take time for yourself. Don't forget to let that stubbornness serve some good. Good luck on your next adventure. Keep the injuries to a minimum and the smiles to a maximum. Miss Megan Alwis.
Thank you.
Gabe Wheeler. Gabe, your quiet exterior hides the fervent social justice advocate that you are. Over the past 2 years, I've heard you advocate for the weak and for those whose voices often go unheard. You are a fierce and loyal friend, and those in your inner circle are lucky to have you there. Take care. I wish you every success in college and beyond. Mrs. Alwis.
Mr. Turner and Huck Riley.
Huck, I'm going to miss you dearly. I remember your first days here as an 8th grader, which also happened to be my first days as a teacher. And it baffles me when I look back and think about how far we've both come since then. I've watched you grow into this considerate, kind, humble, hardworking young man that any teacher feels lucky to have in class. I fondly remember our writing class together, a one-to-one class with no other students but you in that section, and how much you were able to achieve there. Your work ethic was so strong, even then, and I loved working with you every day and helping you produce and refine truly wonderful pieces of writing. Even with all of the work you were assigned, we still found plenty of time to talk about anime, video games, and all of the other things we both love and have in common. That class was one of my favorite classes, and I can only thank you for that. You're someone who is easygoing, but also deeply serious and thoughtful. And it comes as no surprise to me that this combination of traits led you to foster some amazing friendships and connections during your tenure here. I know that the impact you made on me will be everlasting, and I'm so grateful to know you and be a small part of your larger journey. If I could fill every class roster I ever have from now until the end of my career with 1 million Hucks, I would do it in a heartbeat. Thank you for everything, Huck. I wish you the very best in all that you go on to do. Mr. McCann.
Mr. Ward and Jeremy Shapiro.
Jeremy's my only senior this year, so I have to brag a little bit about him before I read your comment. Jeremy earned academic excellence for every year that he was here, was a 3-season athlete practically the whole time he was here, and had a real passion for writing and English, which is why I want to read your comment from your IB English teacher. Jeremy, I often tell students that it's my job as a teacher to, quote unquote, outjob myself, meaning that by graduation time, Eagle Hill seniors shouldn't need my support to write, read, analyze, and be successful academics. It seems funny to say, Jeremy, but I'm proud to state that you've moved beyond my help. You are not only college ready, but also college appropriate. Your entire senior year, you have been steady, determined, and amenable to anything regarding IB literature and language. It's been such a pleasure to see you develop your ideas and do the work that has gotten you to where you want to go. Congratulations on earning your diploma. Best of luck, and I'm wishing you all the best. Miss Gray. Jeremy has also earned our highest level of privilege and earned a core stole.
Get this. Hurry up.
Ms. Whitaker and Blue Betancourt Poor.
Like Stone said, don't look at me.
Blue, you are a special student to me because you came to Eagle Hill when I did. In this strange new place in the middle of the woods, we had our first class together, writing Koczurs. You may not remember this, but in your first year, you were not interested in anything writing related. You drew frogs as answers on worksheets, made origami out of gum wrappers, and played New Girl whenever I wasn't looking. You once said something about my great potential to be a nun. I'm telling you all of this, not only to show you how far you have pushed yourself academically in your time at Eagle Hill, but also to remind you that you have always been a creative person with a lot of personality. You're stepping towards adulthood, which often comes with a pressure to perform, to take on more responsibilities, and to change yourself to fit the world you are entering. Many people forget who they are, what they are like, and what they do well in this rush to conform. However, you have never been one to conform. Your creativity is still very much a part of who you are. Now I just have your artwork on my walls instead of on your homework. My hope for you is that you continue to recognize and honor yourself as a thoughtful artist, passionate activist, skilled runner, and steady upstander while you learn what lies ahead in your life's journey. Congratulations, Blue, and I wish you all the best of luck beyond Eagle Hill. Ms. Gray. Victoria Rooney. Victoria, thank you for letting me be a part of your senior year. Your authenticity, sharp humor, and unwavering confidence in being unapologetically yourself have done more than just make an impression. They've created a sense of belonging for others. You have a rare gift. Simply by being who you are, you make people feel seen, accepted, and at ease. That kind of presence can't be taught. It is something genuine and powerful, and it's made Eagle Hill a more honest, joyful, and connected place. Thank you for your spirit, your presence, and the profound impact you've made here. Keep shining as boldly wherever life takes you next. You're more than ready, and the world is truly lucky to have you. Ms. Kat Alwis.
Thaddeus Krimendahl. Who is my only senior advisee. So sometimes as an English teacher, you feel compelled to tell a little something about a text you're about to ask people to read in class, or maybe even to their parents. In this case, I'm going to say this mostly for your benefit, so that you'll understand a part of this comment. One important thing to know about Teddy here is that he, from his very first day, I think as a 14-year-old freshman, 14, was a phrase maker, and probably long before we knew him was a phrase maker. And by that I mean he introduced to our culture many phrases that linger here today, mostly among students. You will undoubtedly hear some of them over the weekend. Also infecting the language of the faculty at some moments. For example, if you hear someone respond to an expectation with the phrase, "No need," that's Teddy Krimendahl. So there is one phrase along those lines here that it's important to look out for. Teddy, I will always remember the phrase you used to say during our first year. You hate for a living. I had never heard anything like it before. Although I knew you meant that pushing you to work harder was uncomfortable, I will always recall the smile you would put on when saying it. That's what I will carry with me, the charm and kindness you exuded, along with the determination to do well in class. I won't say I wish you good luck because you already have it. Hasta luego, Teddy. Come back to visit soon, Ms. Lucich. Mrs. Alwis and Georgia Capobianco. Kind of a long way, right?
Get crying. Well, maybe.
Georgia, you have proven yourself to be a serious student and a loyal friend. Your dedication to your chosen causes is heartfelt, and you can be a vocal advocate for those you see without a voice. Just make sure that you use your voice for your needs. Don't procrastinate. Go forth with determination and in the knowledge that there will be many paths to choose from. Ultimately, making the right choice will be less important than making the best choice for you. I wish you every success. Me. And Georgia is one of the 2 full IB candidates. Morgan Levy. Morgan, this is from Miss Cat. Thank you for letting me join you on your last year at Eagle Hill. Your kindness, strength, humour and fierce spirit have been a heartbeat to our dorm community. You're not only a passionate advocate, but also a deeply compassionate friend, someone who shows up, speaks up, and lifts others without a second thought. Whether you're rallying support for your peers, offering a thoughtful ear, or brightening the room with your goofy jokes, your presence makes a lasting impact. You've created spaces where people feel seen, safe, and valued. And it's clear just how much trust and love surround you. Never underestimate the power of your joyful, radiant spirit. And never stop being boldly, unapologetically you. And I will miss your daily visits to my room. All right, Yancy, you're up. Ryan, oh my gosh. Whether it was reading or writing about Jumbo the elephant, P.T. Barnum, Ronald Dahl, Edgar Allan Poe, or a town called Meadowgrove, in which you imagined a young scientist helping people be more respectful of and knowledgeable about the plants and animals around them, it was always fun to see what kind of creative thoughts you would incorporate into your assignments. Your creativity, whether you're using it for the forces of good or not, is what I will remember most about you. You once wrote in a reflective assignment, I also think it would be good for me to read more when I'm older and go to museums or even look at some artwork, so I'd be able to get more inspiration for how I can be creative. I really hope that you do that for yourself. Give yourself the time to see how fascinating the world can be while learning about other people who are just as innovative and creative as you are, and all they've accomplished. Set big goals, create manageable plans, and be proud of yourself. I can't wait to see everything you do in the future, and I hope you keep me updated. Mrs. Geary.
In the next section of the program, we'll recognize students who have taken department awards in academic subjects, and these awards are open to students in all the grades. Several of them go today to seniors. A few were awarded earlier in the week to underclassmen, and they recognize not only excellence in a particular subject matter, but also an abiding interest in that subject matter. We'll begin with Dr. Kim and the English department.
Yes.
The recipient of this year's English Department Award truly exemplifies what it means to be a student of English, both in terms of innate capabilities and personal growth as a scholar. In their first year at EHS, this student was terrified of the idea of being in a writing class, convinced that they would never be able to write a coherent, much less skillful composition. Although the student was fantastically intelligent, a voracious reader, and fully capable and enthusiastic in pursuing rigorous discussion of text and related concepts, they had no confidence in their ability to write well. In their years at EHS, this student consistently stood out in literature classes as they pored over texts, made connections with historical contexts, and even considered the interconnectivity of literature read in previous classes. In short, his dream, and frequently and positively shaped class discussion. At the same, this student continued to develop as a writer, maturing in the growth of their narrative voice, structure, and confidence. While writing their final essay in Mrs. Bonica's critical analysis class, they conducted a psychoanalytic critique of Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye, and this student said, wonderingly, "First year me never would have believed I could have finished this on time." That one statement truly sums up the growth and excellence that is typical of this year's English Department Award winner, which goes to one of my very favorite people at this school right now, Caitlin Gregory.
For the math department, Mrs. Nastasi.
The math department likes to focus the department award on students that have a passion for math as well as dedication and determination to learn. We had many students that worked diligently every single day from their first days here to their last. This year's winner, however, has taken those characteristics to new heights. The student of this award is in the full IB diploma program. He has completed almost every single, if not every single problem in his math textbook. And when his teacher would assign the odd problems, this student would take it upon himself to do the evens. When you think of what it means to be a passionate achiever, this is the person you should be thinking of. The recipient of this year's math award goes to Reese Cohen.
For physical education, Mrs. Coughlin. Jump.
This young man is the type of individual that carries positive energy wherever he goes. Mr. Kelly and I were lucky enough that one of the places he went very frequently this year was to the Baglio Center for Physical Education classes. That means we got a frequent dose of that positive energy for 3 classes over 6 terms. He is committed to creating a healthy lifestyle for himself and shows it with his knowledge and effort in the fitness room. He is always willing to share that knowledge with other students in a very positive way. Whether it's working out, playing a sport, or playing a game during a PE class, he puts forth a complete effort. For those reasons, we are very happy to present Julian Kaufelt with this year's PE Department Award.
For world languages, Ms. Lusich.
This year's award goes to a student who has not only met their teachers' expectations, but have far surpassed them. We would like to honor Kai Gottsagen with this year's World Language Departmental Award. They always go above and beyond on each assignment and has achieved a high understanding of Spanish while at Eagle Hill. This award is in recognition of their hard work and dedication to improving in the language. Please. Okay.
And finally, in the academic awards, Mr. Hopper to present the classic certificates.
Hey, good evening, everyone. I'm Thomas Hopper. I teach in the English department, Classic Certificate. It's a course of study that encourages students to learn about the languages and the literatures of the ancient Mediterranean. There are 2 paths to earning it. The first is a language track, and the second is a literature track. On the language side, students take all the Latin they can while they're here. If they average a B+ from their Latin courses, they get the Classic Certificate in language. On the literature side, there's 1 class offered every year in a cycle. This year's class is Modern Myths. Last year's class was Classical Epic. The year before that, it was Philosophy. And the year before that, which is also next year, Greco-Roman Drama. So if students take 3 of those classes, again, average a B+, they earn the Classic Certificate in Literature. This award is recognized on their official transcript, and it tells the world that they've undertaken a serious study of the classics. I have several awards to give out, so I'm just going to call everyone up. Let's have Ali Racine, Gabe Wheeler, come up and repeat your name, please. Huck Riley, B. de Montfort Walker. Let's also have Kai Gottsagen back up and Booker Erskine as well. All right, Gabe, B, Ali, and Huck have received the Classic Certificate in Language. Kai Gottsagen took 2 classes in classics and then decided that wasn't enough, that they needed to complete an independent research project on a small but key detail of the Arthurian legend. So with that independent project, Kai earned the Classic Certificate in Literature. Some students decide to do both and study both Latin and the classics, classical literature, such is the case with Booker Erskine.
And now I will turn things over to Dr. Stone for the Student Life Awards.
I'll do better this time, I promise. The Ronald M. Baglio Student Life Leadership Award. For 16 years, Assistant Headmaster for Student Life, Ron Baglio championed the cause of the Eagle Hill School student body. He modeled patience, compassion, and empathy in a manner that made our students feel respected. Generous with his time, good humor, and goodwill, Mr. Baglio made each and every student with whom he interacted feel important and at ease. To this day, we honor and mirror his dedication and commitment to our students' interests by, in his words, doing what is right, always. The Ronald M. Baglio Student Life Leadership Award is given to one male and one female member of the senior class who serve as role models for all students of Eagle Hill School. They are standard bearers in the areas of participation, reliability, enthusiasm, and dedication. Before I start to read about each of these students, I want to take a moment to say that the Baglio Award isn't just about a list of accomplishments or levels of involvement on campus. Rather, the Baglio Award speaks to all of the core values of Eagle Hill. Each one of these recipients could be counted on to display honesty, purpose, respect, and kindness in any situation he or she encountered. Not because they were being watched or measured in some way, but because it was right. Kindness and respect are intentional, and this young man and young woman never were anything else but intentional in the way they treated the people around them. The first recipient has been very involved in campus life since her arrival. The first 2 years saw her play basketball, tennis, and volleyball. In her last 2 years, she ran cross country and was on the swim team. She is a two-time summer intern where she helped younger students cope with homesickness while engaging them in afternoon activities and clubs. She's been an orientation leader for students entering the fall, and this year she was a member of the Corps, as you heard, the highest level of privilege a student can achieve. Lastly, she was able to convince the kitchen, as you already heard, that she had a passion for baking and wanted to get up at 0:30 to hone her baking skills in the kitchen while her peers slept. It's my honor and pleasure to award Daniela Martin Moreno the Ronald Baglio Award. The second recipient is equally deserving. This young man has been a key member of the robotics team, spent hours working on strategy, fine-tuning components, and helping less experienced members learn the intricacies of the competitions. He too is a two-time summer intern who, and I think he would admit it, gained confidence about his ability to deal with younger children, who he didn't quite like when he first started. He oftentimes was the voice of reason when his peers struggled with the younger students. He was an orientation leader and a member of the Corps. He was the primary decorator for the prom, and he had a little help from his mother, actually a lot, but I won't steal his thunder. It's my pleasure to award Evan Turcott the Ronald Baglio Award.
Every single person in this room has benefited from positive role models at one point in his or her life. Our most important role models are most often not celebrities or superstar athletes, but rather the everyday people in our lives who go about their days unknowingly setting positive examples for us. Teachers, coaches, parents, partners, and friends. Perhaps they are people who you may one day aspire to become. Tonight, the class of 2025 has invited a member of the Eagle Hill School faculty to impart one final piece of wisdom, and this year's final lesson will be taught by English teacher and student advisor, Mr. Thomas Hopper.
One second, please. There we go. Good evening, families, friends, fellow faculty, loved ones, members of the Board of Trustees, and other distinguished guests. It's great to have you here to celebrate you, the class of 2025. Tomorrow, you're going to ring the bell. And as you do that, I want you to reflect upon the person you were the last time you rang the bell. Your hopes, your fears, your strengths, your weaknesses, and all the ways that you have become a better version of yourself in your time with us. The last time you rang the bell, you announced your presence on campus. Tomorrow, that bell is your shout into the wind that you are on your way, and the world had better watch out. You've proven us that you're ready. After all, you woke up at 4 a.m. to row in regattas. You got up at 5 a.m. to make pastries. You hit the gym at 6 a.m. From 8:45 to 3:15. Why thank you. They went to school, that's right. They went to school. You studied until 10 p.m., you rehearsed until 11 p.m., and the midnight hour often found you returning home from a trip. You sacrificed 8 consecutive Saturdays to wrestle. You killed, you spiked, you pancaked, and you six-packed in volleyball. You ran up the Gate 1 hill, also known as Killer Kelly in cross-country meets. You ran the Hot Chocolate 5K with girls' leadership. You ran the snack bar. You ran for student council. You depleted the art room of its supplies. You depleted Carmen's of her milkshakes. And you depleted my beard of its non-gray hairs. You should be proud of yourselves. But if you think for one moment that our time together was aimed at creating an awesome resume, you are mistaken. Instead, our time here was centered around creating an environment where you could be your genuine selves, where ideas could flow freely, and where we could all flourish. As you emerge into your adulthood in the coming years, I want you to know that there are 2 games in life. There's the short game, and there's the long game. Now, the short game has winners, it has losers, there's a clear right, there's a clear wrong, and you play by a set of rules that you didn't come up with yourself, right? Playing the short game is helpful. It helps us to perform under pressure, and competition always gets the blood flowing. On the other hand, we have the long game. There are no clear winners. There are no clear losers. There is very rarely a clear right or a clear wrong. You're not competing against other people. You're competing against yourself, because the goal of the long game is growth over time. And finally, you're not playing according to other people's rules. You're playing. You're finding success in the way that you define it for yourself. We at Eagle Hill have been playing the long game with you, and we, being teaching faculty, dorm parents, coaches, advisors, the staff of the health center, the staff of dining services, of maintenance and facilities, of the housekeeping staff, the main house staff, college counseling, admissions, the dogs, all the dogs on campus. We've been playing the long game with you. Now, the short game and the long game can sometimes come into conflict with each other. Let's imagine, if you will, a student who leaves class, is gone for 15 minutes, and then returns with a smoothie. This is a purely hypothetical thought experiment, and not something that's ever happened. Now, as a teacher, I've got to say something, otherwise I should just quit. But I can have a short game conversation or a long game conversation. Short game, I'm going to win, student's going to lose. I'm right, student's wrong. It may be important to have that conversation at that moment with that student, though. Right? That may be the right course of action. And I want you to think about this. If you find yourself in an argument with someone, and you're more focused on winning than on listening, you can win the argument, sure, but you can cost yourself the relationship. It's time you thought about which of those was more important. Back to our purely hypothetical thought experiment. On the other hand, I can have a long game conversation with that student. It might go something like this. Might pull the student aside for a one-on-one conversation. Griffin would never do this, by the way. I might say to the student, hey, have you thought that, you disrespected your classmates by acting like the rules didn't apply to you? No, we're not. You don't say. No, it's just me. Have you thought that you disrespected me, my intellectual labor? Have you thought that you maybe disrespected yourself by not embracing that opportunity to focus and maybe gaining a deeper worldview for yourself? That's the long game conversation. Give it up for Griffin. One of these conversations builds a relationship. The other stifles that opportunity. You can see this, right? My life is no stranger to the tension between the short game and the long game. When I graduated high school, I was playing the short game. My first grade in college was a 38 out of 100. It felt like getting punched in the stomach, but I deserved it. I had a quiz in Ancient Greek 101. It was just as hard as you think it is, and I was playing the short game, so I told myself, I had Latin as a sophomore in high school. I know how classical languages work. Spoiler alert, I did not know how classical languages work. I got a 38 out of 100. But at the bottom of my quiz, my teacher wrote the following. She wrote, this is a beginning. This is a beginning. Short game, meet long game. And it was game on. I knew that I had to step it up, so I would copy down the notes I needed for the week and on a little index card. And then on my half-mile walk from my dorm to the academic building, I would chant that information to the rhythm of my footfalls every day. My goal was to double that 38 to
And it was
what, 76? Yes, 76. Thank you from the crowd. Yeah, I wanted to double that score. I was doing that by maybe the start of my junior year. But by the end of my senior year, I ended up writing an honors thesis on Homer's Odyssey. It's one of the things I'm most proud of doing in my life. From that dedication to classics, with the support of our school leaders, I started the Classics Certificate here. The Classics Certificate is a course of study that encourages, I'm not going to do the whole, but over the 9 years we've had it, we've awarded the Classics Certificate to 33 students. I'd say maybe 3 times that have taken a class. Their lives and my life would be significantly less enriched if I had just stopped at that 38. If I had just said, I give up, I'm playing the short game, I'll go try something else. In fact, just about every good thing in my life has come from that 38. I attended grad school. I met my wife. I started a fulfilling career. Got to edit a book on Shakespeare. And I had 3 children. Along the way, I've had people in my life who kept me in the long game. My parents, my mentors, my bosses, my faculty mentors, my wife, my friends, with whom I still enjoy a weekly game of Dungeons and Dragons, and you, my students, our students. Thank you for keeping us invested in the long game. Likewise, find people who have your best interests at heart, who are willing to keep your perspective long rather than short. Their opinions should matter to you more than anyone else's. Cling to them. When challenges arise, ask yourself if you're playing the short game or the long game. Opportunities will arise from one, and they diminish from the other. Tomorrow, after you ring the bell. You're going to have something that not a lot of people in life have. That's an Eagle Hill diploma. An Eagle Hill diploma tells the world that you're already playing the long game. And I know this because sitting on stage, we have athletes of the year. We have IB diploma candidates. We have conference champions, honor roll streakers, club leaders, world travelers, language enthusiasts, musicians, stage performers, artists, fashion designers, accomplished equestrians, game fishermen, simmers, Star Wars experts, bodybuilders, park rangers, roboticists, interns at nonprofits, at governmental offices, at companies, small business owners, fundraisers for cancer research, and future nurses, doctors, and yes, teachers. If in any way our labor has made your path smoother, if we have in any way complicated or broadened your worldview, then our effort will have been worth it. Eagle Hill will always be your home. We will always be your mentors. But we are what you grow beyond. Stand on our shoulders, look to the horizon, and lead us there. We need you. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas, for accepting the invitation of the class of 2025 to share your life experiences with them. As a small token of our appreciation is a picture of the PJM STEM Center, Baccalaureate speaker, Eagle Hill School, May 30th, 2025. Congratulations, graduates, on your remarkable achievements. Cherish this moment and celebrate your accomplishments. Before we close, I just have a few housekeeping items. Seniors, as you know, graduation is at 11 a.m. I think Mrs. Koczur has probably really drilled that into your heads, and she wants to meet you tomorrow at 10:30. That's great, thank you. While we encourage all of our seniors to stay on campus, if you are leaving campus with your family, please make sure you alert the weekend office. We invite everyone to join us for baccalaureate dinner immediately following the ceremony. We ask that you please find a seat in the dining commons first, and the wait staff will call you up. Following dinner, we'll have a reception at the Wick Student Union just across the way from the dining commons. There is no better way to end this evening than to watch our kids in action. So seniors, please gather your things and find an empty seat in the audience, and you can enjoy the slideshow as well.